Did you know that your CPU might be missing out on 30% of its performance by having the motherboard's BIOS misconfigured? Here's what I did to make my i7-10700F over 30% faster. First, let's check the performance on default settings. I'm gonna use Cinebench R23 multi-core stress test to measure the score of this CPU. By default, the long duration power limit, known as PL1, is set to 65 watts, which is basically the maximum amount of wattage that the motherboard will feed this CPU once the boost ends. By default, the boost duration of this CPU is 28 seconds, meaning that the CPU is allowed to draw as many watts as it needs for 28 seconds, after which it will be limited to 65 watts and boost itself once again after a few minutes. As such, the score that we got in this multi-core stress test was around 9300. And if you got lucky and the CPU decided to boost itself at the right time, you'd be looking at something like 9700 score at the very most. Now let's tweak some settings, or rather just a single setting, and see how much performance we can extract from this CPU. Mind you, you'll need a good motherboard to do this. Simple motherboards like H410 or H510 are not able to do this. In my case, I'm using the Asus Z490-P. Let's restart the PC and head over to the BIOS of this motherboard. We're gonna swap to advanced mode by clicking F7, then find an option called Internal CPU Power Management in the AI Tweaker tab. And what we're gonna do here is change the long duration package power limit, also known as PL1, from auto to 170. Then click F10 to save the settings and restart the PC. So what we did here is we basically allowed the CPU to draw up to 170 watts at all times. Now let's run Cinebench R23 multi-core stress test once again. And would you look at that, the CPU cores were boosting up to 3.5 GHz, but now they can comfortably boost up to 4.6. And before you decide to do this yourself, please keep in mind that this process will also increase the temperature of this CPU, so make sure that your CPU cooler can handle it.